Vin Diesel, if you want to pull up his Instagram post, asks Dwayne Johnson to return to Fast and Furious franchise after Feud. He said, time has come. He put this picture up, and I want to read this to you, exactly what he says. Vin Diesel has put out a public request for Dwayne Johnson to return to Fast and Furious. The two actors haven't hidden their ongoing feud after co-starring in multiple installments of the franchise together, but Diesel, 54 years old, seemed to want to put their differences behind them. In a Sunday Instagram post, he asked Johnson, 49, to come back for Fast and Furious 10, one of the last two films planned in a much-loved series. But this is how he asked for it. My little brother, Dwayne, okay? My little brother, Dwayne. The time has come. The world awaits the finale of Fast 10. As you know, my children refer to as their Uncle Dwayne in my house. There's not a holiday that goes by that they and you don't send well wishes, but the time has come. Legacy awaits. I told you years ago that I was going to fulfill my promise to Pablo. I swear that we would reach and manifest the best Fast in the finale, and that is 10. I say this out of love, but you must show up. Do not leave the franchise idle. You have a very important role to play. Hobbs can't be played by no other. I hope that you rise to the occasion, I believe is what he says. So, the public first became aware of their different relationship in 2016 when Johnson called out his male co-stars from the fate of the Furious on Instagram, writing, some conduct themselves as stand-up men and true professionals while others don't. The one that don't are too chicken shit to do anything about it anyways. Candy asses. The Jungle Cruise star who added that he and Diesel are philosophically two different people, also shot down some of the co-stars' claims about their relationship, including the 2017 comment to USA Today in which he told the outlet, I protected Dwayne more than he'll ever know, but he appreciates it. He knows he only has one big brother in the film world, and that's me. Okay, Thoughts?
Ego is a hell of a thing, man. Obviously, this has to do with ego and where you're at in the stratosphere of Hollywood. Clearly, The Rock is bigger than Vin Diesel these days. And this would actually be a very heartfelt, nice message with the exception of one word.
Little brother.
Little brother. Listen.
It's one of those just a little.
Yeah.
Right there,
Hey, little
right
brother.
there.
Like, if he would have just said, my brother Rock, it's the time has come. People were like, hell yeah. Right? Obviously, he's appealing to emotion, appealing to legacy, appealing to just everything that rising to the occasion, even the rhetoric that the world awaits, right? Rise to the occasion, the destiny that, of Hobbs. Like, relax, this is a freaking movie. I get there's going to be some Fast and Furious people that aren't exactly on the same page with me here. It's a movie, relax. But, what does he say here? Speaking of ego, he only knows he has one big brother in the world. I protected Dwayne more than he'll ever know. And but does he appreciate it? I'd like to see what The Rock has to respond to this. There's only one of two ways you can go here, right? All in or all out, because he's pretty much drawn his line in the sand. He's basically called him out before, basically saying, "What, we're two philosophically different people. This is not exactly who I want to be with." You can either say, "I hear you, brother. I'll be right there. I got your back," or, "Hey, I'm good. This ain't for me."
I think I was looking into it and seeing kind of where it started and how the beef kind of came about. And from what I was reading, it was essentially when he first came into the first movie that there was a lot of tough love because what he'd played earlier and what they were imagining for the character for The Rock of Hobbs was so different from what he'd done that Vin Diesel was kind of wanted to have it be more real. And be kind of more because they were going against each other. One was the bad guy, and then Hobbs was like the cop.
Have you seen any of the Fast and Furious movies?
I've seen the first few. Yes, I haven't seen the I think the last one or two.
There's 10 of them. Apparently.
I know.
I mean, have you ever seen any of them?
I've seen all of them.
They just get crazier and crazier.
You've seen all of them.
I've seen every single one.
Because your kids want to see them, or you want to see them?
I think it's a great franchise. I think it's a great product. They produce a great product. I don't dispute the great product that they have. Look, there's a few things you got to keep in mind on how life works. Okay. When you're say you're making $1 million a year, I'm making $100,000 a year. Is there a big difference between the two of us?
Yes.
Dramatically. You're making $100,000 a year. I'm making minimum wage. Is there a big difference between the two of us?
Absolutely.
Okay. Say you're somebody that is Mr. Olympia, and I'm just the guy that's competing, and I'm not even a pro. Is there a big difference between the two of us? Dramatically. Say you're a wrestler for WWE or whatever you want to call it with McMahon. And I've already done 20 movies. I've been in, what was that one movie with the broker, JT Marlin? What was that movie called? The stockbroker.
Room.
I've been in Boiler Room. I've been in Save It Private
Yeah.
Ryan. I've been in a bunch of different things. I got a bunch of shit going on. And you come out and you do a movie where you're playing a gay, what do you call it, private security for Vince Vaughn. That movie, what was that? Twinkle Twinkle. Remember that one movie? Do you know what I'm talking about or no?
Vince Vaughn. You're saying The Rock did that?
The Rock was in a movie with Vince Vaughn. That's how his career got started with, I think, Andre
The Tooth
3000
Fairy?
was in it. No. The movie, how do you guys not know this movie? Folks, if you're listening to this, what was the name of that movie? I can't believe you guys don't know this movie. This is
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn and
Twinkle Twinkle Baby, 2005.
Twinkle Twinkle. No, but what's the name of the movie though? What's the name of the movie? Vince Vaughn and The Rock.
Be Cool.
Be Cool. That's the name of the movie. You've never seen it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, you got to see it. It's funny.
Okay.
It's actually a real funny movie. So you know, at that point, The Rock was known as taking any job. He just wanted to get in,
Right.
okay? And he meets
Times have changed, my friend.
with his camp, and he says, "I want to be like Will Smith, except bigger. Is what I want to be." Okay, The Rock. So now let's go back and see what happened in the last 20 years. You tell me in the last 20 years, if you were to measure the most charismatic, competitive, driven, ambitious, loved, high Q score, recreating himself, winning in different spaces, cartoon, movies, franchises, name, potential candidate, couple 100 million followers, you tell me who else has grown the most in the last 20 years. So here's how it happens. This is Vin Diesel. This is The Rock when they're competing, okay?
Or when they're starting out.
When they're
yeah.
starting out. Vin Diesel's way ahead. So to Vin Diesel, it's like, hey, young man, I'll teach you.
Little bro.
Yeah, little bro. Listen, now, here's Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Here's The Rock.
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
Right.
Okay? It's not even close if you think about it. Vin Diesel's gotten to a point that he has one product, and that one product that he's banking on is what? And good for him. He's probably going to end up being a billionaire because the franchise that he's running, it's a solid franchise. Good for him.
For sure.
The Rock is multidimensional. I'm sorry. To be The Rock, have you ever seen a picture of Rock out of shape? No. Tell me if you've ever seen a picture with Rock out of shape.
You've seen Vin Diesel out of shape, though.
But have you ever seen The Rock out of shape?
No.
Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how hard that is to stay in shape for 20, 30, 40 years? Do you know how difficult that is? Like you gotta have a season. You gotta be caught at a beach in Monaco where a paparazzi takes a picture of you and the gut is all the way out here.
Jack Nicholson.
There is no picture like that with this guy. He's been determined to go straight to the top, and he's done it.
Especially considering how many movies he's shooting as well.
So here's the point. Here's the point. Kids know The Rock, Moana. Adults know The Rock, wrestling. Young adults know The Rock, hip hop, what he just did. Everyone in the world knows The Rock, movies. He is the most recognizable face worldwide. 56 or 57% of the world knows who The Rock is today. That's the most he's got one of the highest Q score, if not the highest Q score today. Ronaldo may be the only one that's got a higher Q score than he's got, but this guy's actually got an opinion. So to me, if I'm The Rock, I'm sitting there saying, little brother? Dude, like, you think I'm the guy of 20 years ago? What are you talking about? Dude, in Rock's eyes, in a competitor's eyes, he's like, you ain't in my league. If I don't want to do it, I don't do it. If I choose to do it, I choose to do it. If Rock does Fast 10, it's only for one reason, and one reason only. Do you know what is the only reason The Rock will do Fast 10?
Because he wants to do it. He feels like he's...
There's only one reason he will do it. Only one reason.
Legacy?
It is only one reason. It's purely for the fans. That's it. Because The Rock is all about his fans. If he does it, it's for one reason. It's for the fans. He ain't going to do it because of that letter. Matter of fact, the way he wrote that actually would turn me off to want to do
me
it.
too.
I would actually be like, let's just say Rock and I are sitting here talking and he says, hey, PBD, what do you think about what he just said? I'm like, dude, what a freaking, what is that all? That's your approach? Publicly? What do you mean that's your approach? So that means if I do it, I have to call you out publicly if you put an approach like that. That shouldn't be the approach. Do you realize who I am now? Do you realize what I've done in my life? But The Rock can't go say that publicly because everyone's going to say he's what? What an arrogant prick thinking he's above everybody else. Now,
of course.
I follow both of them on Instagram. I follow Vin Diesel. I follow The Rock. Complete different styles of branding themselves. Very different style of branding themselves. Okay. You'll typically see Vin Diesel's posts are one or two dimensional. He's traveling. He's with the cast. He'll post Paul Walker stories. That's Vin Diesel. His posts are very one-dimensional, is what he does, right? You see The Rock. Rock puts products. Rock puts what he's eating Sunday nights, how his cheat meals are. Rock puts pictures of his kids. Rock does shout-outs. Rock will pull up the car and go to the fans. Rock will have a new movie, a new business. He'll put a picture of people in the wrestling world. The Rock is so multidimensional. It's very, very hard to be The Rock. Very, very hard to be The Rock. So Rock is not only past Vin Diesel. Rock's past a lot of different people in different industries. So it's not only a Vin Diesel type of a product that we're talking about. Anyways, if he does it, it'll be for the fans. I don't think it's going to be anything more than that. And if somebody really wants to persuade somebody to come back and want to be part of a movie, it's not a way of doing it.
How should Vin Diesel have approached this? Knowing that they've had issues in the past, he's putting it out there into the universe, basically saying, little brother,
here's the right approach.
It's just
here's the right
message
approach.
to,
do you think in Vin Diesel's eyes, Rock's past him?
No.
Oh, yeah, he has to know.
You sure?
Whether he's aware of it or
No,
wants
but that's
to
the
be
problem.
aware, I think he's acutely aware that The Rock is bigger than him at this point.
Do you think he's...
But not in the Fast and Furious world specifically.
It doesn't
Standalone.
matter. It doesn't matter. So here's the approach. The approach is, brother, we've had a falling out multiple times, okay? Some of it is real. Some of it's exaggerated by the media, okay? Because they need another story to talk about. I get it. You and I both know where the falling out was, and you and I both know which one is fake, which one is real. Having said that, from seeing you when I was at the top of the world and what movies I was making, whether it was X, whether it was this, whether it was that, and you were coming up trying to go from wrestling into movies, many people doubted, John, what you were going to do. But let's face it, you proved everybody wrong, and you're bigger than everybody else today in Hollywood. Everybody else in Hollywood. So proud to have been in different projects with you. I hope we can set aside all the challenges that we have, and we do this last one together here for the legacy. That's the approach. If you do that approach, Rock's going to be like, okay, cool, I'm coming. There's ways you look, half the challenges when I deal with different personalities, and I look at somebody and I'll say, that person keeps attracting problems everywhere they go. Okay, so for example, you date 4 girls. We talked about this 2 podcasts ago. You date 4 girls. If the 4 girls are, all 4 are problematic, it's not the girl, buddy. It's you, okay? If you tell me your last 9 friends all ripped you off, it ain't your 9 friends, it's you, okay? If you tell me, you're having lunch somewhere and all 5 of the guys you're having lunch with were assholes, no, you're the asshole. It's not the other way around, okay? If you go out there and you think all this stuff is going on as people are against you, it's really you. It's not the other way around. So a personality like that in a situation like this, you have to know how to deal with a personality like that. Most people have no clue how to do it. Most people cannot get their ego out to realize, listen, man, you're still, relax, homie. There's a lot more people that are doing much bigger things than you. But The Rock, he's at the top of his game, and he's humble, and he's likable, and he's charismatic, and he's charming, and he wants to give back. Very hard.
Multidimensional.
Very, very hard to get a guy like that. Not saying he's not demanding. Yeah. Not saying he's not going to be expecting.
Did this tweet or whatever this was help or hurt the chances that he'll become part of this movie?
The Rock is most likely, whether he's going to do it or not, it's going to be 100% his choice. But The Rock's most likely, if he ends up doing it, it's going to be because of his fan. I don't think this helped. I think this hurt. I think there's better ways of doing it.
It's pretty obvious that Fast and Furious and Vin Diesel need The Rock more than he needs them.
Yeah, somebody just tweeted, Wilberto Rodriguez said the best thing. He said, I'd expect Kevin Hart to call him little brother, not Vin Diesel. He's right.
They have that
relationship.
Have
that. That's the relation.
Kevin Hart to call The Rock little brother?
Kevin Hart to call him little brother because they always joke at each other.
Oh, gotcha.
You know that one picture that they have where Kevin
Chains.
is like, and then Rock is like real tiny? They have that relationship. They have the stories. You can tell they're friends. You can tell they get along. Nobody in the world would say Vin Diesel and Rock are best friends. Yeah. Nobody in the world would say that. Okay. Anyways, we'll see what happens.
Kai, you're doing okay, little brother.
I'd love to see it, but look, I agree with Vin Diesel. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.